Hi gang, welcome back to the Henriest Latina Ever. Today I was feeling extra Henri. I work a job where I feel like the company doesn't have a lot of respect for Latinos, not in the way that you would respect anybody. The fact is that any company that employs illegal immigrants and allows for somebody that doesn't speak a lick of English, that is working on an expired visa, who isn't supposed to really be here, who works full-time, is able to get full-time benefits, but they choose not to, and they go on the state subsidized health care, really should be grounds for firing. You know, one of the things that bothers me is that you can legally secretly spy on people and say it's for security purposes, and just basically unknowingly spy on the workers that work for you without them knowing. I don't think that's right, especially when a company that does that kind of thing hires illegal immigrants that knows no English, and they take advantage of that situation too, and at the expense of all American people. So I want to talk about what I do for a living. I work in operations. One of the things that we do is there's like a period of an hour at the end of my shift where we do billing updates. Okay, so I get 1 hour to do this, and during the time I'm supposed to field a lot of like stuff, you know. So you have to be great at multitasking, which I am. I have ADHD, but that enables me to do lots of different things. So we check people in, we answer phones, we do billing and collections, and we're just supposed to be super women for that 1 hour of the day, and expected like just pull shit out of our ass. Meanwhile, the legal immigrant has like a lounge in the back of her janitor room, and she could sit back there and have coffee if she wanted to. She comes in late every day. I love her dearly. She's very sweet. But the fact is that she's collecting government insurance or state-run insurance at the expense of the big corporate, you know, that offers her this, that chooses not to take advantage of that situation. There's many people, many American citizens that would love her job, that would be grateful to have that job, not entitled, and they would love to have health care. So I think that's really sleazy, and I don't like it. A lot of our billing updates, a good percentage of them are Hispanic speaking. They don't speak any English. It would be an advantage to somebody who knows Spanish. And so you know, one of my bosses said, we need to learn Spanish. Dee, don't you know Spanish? And I said, I know enough to curse people out. You know, bendeja maricón. Yeah, but you know what? That wouldn't go over too good with the billing and collections. So I did a little search engine thing on Google search, you know, to kind of like bone up on my collection lingo for collections for my job. So that would enable some job security. No, F you, it doesn't. But I'm going to go ahead and give you my lesson on what I learned. Okay, so when you're dealing with billing, you want to get kind of to the point right away. Less is best. Okay, so simply you would say tarjeta de crédito. That means credit card. And then, you know, you just add por favor. Por favor to everything. If you're polite and you're trying to collect money, that's a good thing. So here we go. Tarjeta de crédito, por favor. And then smile. They don't see your smile, but just the fact that you're smiling will make it come off a little bit sweeter. So then be prepared for them to give you their credit card number, 16 digits or whatever. You need to at least know how to count to 10. But one thing I didn't consider is that credit cards have an expiration date and a month, and you're going to be able to have to Google that up too. And it would be helpful to be able to count to 20, because a lot of those expiration dates is like 20, you know, 2017 or 2020. Anyway, and you just hope that they give you that in those little segments, and they don't say like 2000 and blah blah blah, because then, you know, I only learned how to count to 100, and then I would be completely lost, because, you know, Dee doesn't know that. So anyway, just, you know, smart ass today. But long story short, I feel like an American citizen, you've got to learn English. That's important to come to this country, not be a burden on society, although many of our immigrants are. What's the point here? The point is that we make a lot of accommodations for Hispanic people, and of course, you know, I'm of a Hispanic descent, but okay, I don't know my own language, but my language is American. I come here, or English. The English language is my language. So I come here like everybody else, the Italians, Germans, French, and all the other people that come to America, and they know English. And we're sitting here going, well, we need to speak Spanish for the Spanish people that come here illegally so that they can get on the government health care and take our jobs and not know a lick of English. But we're expected to be bilingual to accommodate them. And I think that's really fucked up. You know, and the corporations that allow this, I think that shame on you. But you know what? I'm not going to name drop. But you know, when you are spying on people, when without them knowing and watching everything that they do and stuff like that, I want you to know that the Boricua is watching you too. And so it could be a very big lawsuit if you ever brought it up. The fact is that maybe I didn't get enough billing updates, but let's see, wait a minute, you didn't get enough E-Verify to hire your illegal immigrant, but maybe you knew she was illegal because she didn't speak any English and you made the accommodation anyway. And that's a no-no. We can't do that. And so I guess, you know, like how many people would want to come to your business knowing that you allowed this? And I think the governments do need to crack down more on this, that people do need to report to ICE and other agencies, and that they need to be held accountable and do their jobs, because I really feel very threatened. My little piece of the pie in this country is getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and this person, she's a very sweet person, don't get me wrong, but she's going on trips to the Big Apple, and she's going and traveling and everything else and getting the time off and getting paid for it. Meanwhile, if I do a billing update and that person's credit card collapses or whatever, they take back my little $5 commission. What kind of shit is that? That is disrespecting the Latina, the legal one. It's disrespecting all Americans, people, and you really should be outraged, because I am, and you ought to be too. And I just want to put that out there. You guys have a great day. But before I end, take your finger off that button, Sir Bill. Tarjeta de crédito, corporate business, por favor.